Hi everybody, it's Miss Diana from the Wyndham Public Library giving you your Pebble in a Pond program today. Today I'm going to teach you how to do your own composting. And some of you may have heard that word before, and this might be the first time you're exposed to it, and so I'm glad I'm the one that gets to do it. This is kind of cool. It's very simple and easy and fun. And here, let's get right to work. So composting is something that it does a lot of good things. It's going to save putting things in the landfill, which is a good thing. And it's also going to create, by the time you're done at the end of summer with your lovely bucket, you're going to create something that a gardener would consider gold. It's going to become great fertilizer for your garden. It's all natural, and it's really neat. There's a lot of science involved of what kind of chemical reactions are going on, but we don't have to get too heavy in the science today. The library will provide, we have 25 buckets on first come first served basis. You come in that week and hopefully we can still give you one. And this is what we provide. Now what you're going to need from home is some scraps of vegetable peels, fruit peels, eggshells, coffee grounds, anything like that. Small pieces are good. Don't, if you just have an old cantaloupe that didn't work, don't just flop that in. You kind of need to cut it up in smaller pieces. Just a couple no-nos. Don't put any kind of meat or bones in there. That's not a good idea. And don't put any man-made things. Don't put plastic bags or anything like that. It's got to be all natural materials, okay? That's kind of simple as that. So, have you ever made lasagna before? Lasagna in Italian means layers, okay? So what you're just going to be doing is making layers. It's probably going to take you a long time to do this because it just takes time, depending on how many scraps you have, potato peels or banana peels even, and any kind of scraps. So you're going to put on the bottom of your bucket a layer of scraps, okay? Food scraps. You don't have to be precise, you don't have to measure, well, how big should the layer be? Not a big deal. Actually, I'm going to go a little lighter with that. And then the next layer, this is really important. These layers work together. By themselves, they don't do really anything, but when you layer them up, this is where the magic begins. You're going to need a layer of brown dry leaves. Hopefully you have some of those lingering around the edges of your yard. So a nice layer of those. Alright, and then your compost also needs water. And you're going to water it just a little bit, just to keep it moist. It works better. Now, if you know it's going to rain, you don't have to bother. It's not an exact thing here. It's just kind of throw a little here, throw a little there. And then, what the heck, I have some more. Let's do another layer. Another layer. The table kitchen scraps. Now that. Another layer of brown leaves. Now the green layer, you can also do grass clippings. That counts as green. Okay, that's another good thing. Another layer of brown. Let the chemical reaction begin. And so then, all right, so my job here is done. A little bit of water. Just a little bit. You don't need a whole lot. And then you go outside, you talk to your parents where would be a good spot. It's gotta be out of the way. Put it in the sun. Alright, let it go in the sun. And then if you're gonna go play and this is gonna be there for a few weeks or whatever, it's gonna take a few months, so just be patient. But by the end of the summer, you're gonna be like, wow, this is so cool. Set it in the sun, because the sun also is an element that also makes it come together. Once in a while, if you're out playing and you see your bucket, put your hand there and see how it feels. Do you think it's going to be cold, warm, neutral? What do you think is going to happen? All right. And then another thing you need to do is take an old, I don't know if you have old tools, garden tools, whatever, an old wooden spoon. Once in a while, you're going to need to stir it up too. All right. So again, it's not a perfect science. You don't have to do it once a week. It's all fine. And then after a few weeks, I want you to kind of take a notice of what's going on. Are there any changes going on? What's going on with that? you're going to see things are going to start to look a little less recognizable. Like, well, where did those eggshells go? Like, kind of interesting. So, it might not take you all summer. I'm already almost half, my bucket's almost half full already. But get to the top and then just let it sit. Stir it once in a while. At the end of summer, if you or anybody in your family is interested in gardening, you have just created yourself a beautiful, hopefully organic bucket of fertilizer that is just going to be so awesome for your gardens, whether it be flowers, bushes, vegetables, fruits, anything you want. And or give it to a neighbor or whomever does any gardening. They're going to love it. You're going to love it. Less things in the landfill. The cool thing is, it's like people. The brown leaves themselves really don't do much by themselves, nor do the potato peels, but when they work together, they create a beautiful thing. So you can do that too. Thanks for joining me. We'll see you next time.